was a 21 days of prayer and fasting. And
Well, yeah, because if you're not praying, you're just starving yourself at that point. I have these underwear, Lululemon.
like microplastics, all these things.
Yeah, that's what forever chemicals in your underwear. Like your balls are just soaking up this terrible, cancerous, causing chemical. I'm not an emotional person, but I started praying and then something happened business-wise, and it just felt like God was there and he was talking. And like when I started praying, it just like started crying. And I'm like, what is happening?
Let's
right
go.
Like, dude, every time you feel that hunger, go to the Lord and replace it with him. There's been times where I was like trying to think in my head, can I live a fasted lifestyle?
The whole time.
Yeah, like that's how good you feel.
Welcome back to Two Beards and a Bible. I'm here with my boy Fred. How you doing today?
Doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good too. So there was just some talk before going on camera about, are we still two beards in a Bible? Like, are we ever going to change today?
Yes, we're going to change. We actually talked about it on, 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
We were going to wait until the fast was over, and then we were going to transition into the new thing. So.
Oh, I see. So, yeah, I just feel bad for our audience because I like kind of tease them in some videos like, we're ending Two Beards in a Bible. And now it's like third one episode in, we're still two beards.
Well, if they watch the episode, they'll know.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll know. So I wouldn't worry about it.
So we've got a lot of good feedback in the last episodes. We had one with Robert, last one, which from Inspire Investors and Advisors. And I've been doing good on his stock recently. I bought his ETF with a good amount of stuff, and it's been treating me pretty good. I mean,
I looked it up on my trading platform, BIBL.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's been trending up.
Nice, yeah. And then we got a lot of comments on that video too, just saying how people have been looking for this sort of thing and how they were kind of surprised how well ranked it is by the traditional institutions, like all the rankings, like rank it really high up there. So it's a legit thing.
Let me put my headphones on because I feel disconnected from you for some reason. So
yeah,
there we go.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of weird probably when you don't hear me. I wonder, like, yeah. But
it's all good.
Welcome back to the podcast. So you kind of hinted at it too, and I know there's some trouble. So why don't we just be honest about it? Like, we don't know if we should be mentioning this to, tens of thousands of people at this point. But
I just had a thought.
Yeah.
Technically, the fast will probably be over by the time this even gets out. So maybe no harm, no foul.
All right. So yeah, there's the beans.
It's not like we're talking to a waiter or somebody like that and feel bad for me type of.
Yeah, and we don't want you all to feel bad for us. This is something that's amazing and powerful, and don't think of us as amazing, powerful people either. This is just something that we're doing and that we just kind of want to encourage other people maybe to do in the future too. And that's the only reason I want to bring it up. So we are doing a 21-day fast, and my church is actually doing this too. I didn't know it was like a thing that churches do.
Yeah.
So it's a 21 days of prayer and fasting. And
because if you're not praying, you're just starving yourself at that point. So yeah, you gotta pray and fast.
It's kind of amazing what happens with these prayers that I'm having right now. Like every prayer that I have is like it's so emotional, and like I feel it working. Like it's nothing like other prayers. And I got back from Mexico a couple of days ago, so I think this is my third full day, maybe fourth.
Oh yeah.
So you're a full weekend, right?
I'm 8 days. Today's day 8.
Dang. So how is it feeling?
Great. Feel amazing. Like the end of the year got here and holiday food and holiday drinks and just bloated and like just feeling terrible. Couldn't feel further from the Lord. Like it's one of those things I could sit here and explain it to you, but you'll never understand until you go through it. So
I feel that. And I've always, and you kind of encouraged me to do this because I've never wanted to do it because I like food and drink so much. Yeah. Like I don't want to give that up. And it's kind of empowering. And I remember I looked up like how to prepare yourself after I started the fast, which was a rookie mistake because it said kind of ease yourself into it. Don't like do it, like pull off the Band-Aid.
Like I started with a 1-day fast and it was no food or anything. It was just water from like sun up to sundown. And then I think I did like a 2 or 3 day fast. Like I gradually grew into it. Sorry for throwing you like straight into the deep end with this.
Well, spoiler alert, I'm doing a 10-day. I don't know. I'll see how like
Wait, so you're not doing 21 days?
I'm going to do 10 days right now is the goal. We'll see what happens at the 10-day mark.
You're not going to want to stop. Mark my words.
Okay.
I'm willing to wager money on this. That's probably not the right thing to do as far as, talking about
I'm doing it more for my significant other because they're not happy too much that we're having different meals and everything like that. So it's a whole vibe right now. But I'm willing to, and I think it's a good just kind of meeting to start at 10. And she had a good point. Instead of just doing 21 days at the beginning, you're like, do quarterly 10 days.
There's nothing saying, though, that you have to do 21.
Mhm.
Like, Philip Anthony Mitchell's church is doing 7 days, but they're doing a pretty gnarly one. Did I tell you about that one?
No,
They're not eating.
at all.
No.
Yes, I looked up and you can survive like for 2 to 3 months without any food. It just blows my mind.
I would have to build myself up. I would have to basically train, I think,
Mhm.
for something like that. I can't imagine going. I could probably pull 1 day, but 7?
With no food. Yeah, it's got to be crazy.
Ugh.
And that's why I'm trying to be pretty strict with my fast. And I'm doing it's called the Daniel's fast.
Yeah.
So there's a scripture in Daniel about how he's saying he's not eating anything nice and just water, or no beer, alcohol, and that kind of thing. So there's a whole list online.
Fruits and veggies.
Fruits and veggies for the most part. But then, like, yeah, no dairy, no.
I've heard you might be able to have fish, though.
See, this one doesn't.
I've never done fish. I've always done just fruits and vegetables type stuff. But I also, like I was telling you in the text, I don't get super crazy with it where I'll have salad dressing or, I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up over like the small things. I'm starving myself of things that I crave, right? I love steak. I love chicken. I love all those type of things. I cooked pork chops the other night for my family, and I did. I didn't even eat.
Kind of torture.
Yeah, at first I was going to eat them. I was going to eat the rice and gravy because we put like the little red potatoes and we put celery and stuff in it. I was going to eat that, but I used chicken broth or beef broth to help make the gravy, and I was like, well, I'm just going to steer clear of that for now.
That's good. Because I was thinking about some chicken broth too. I was like, that's definitely a fine line there.
Yeah.
But it's not too hard. So if anyone's looking it up, it's called the Daniel fast for what I'm doing. And I think that's almost exactly what you're doing to it.
Yeah. I'm doing it in Fred's own way. Like I said, I have salad dressing. I have butter.
And you can do salad dressing and stuff, but it comes from Daniel 10:2-3. It says, at that time, I, Daniel, mourned for 3 weeks. So that's where the 21 days comes from. I ate no choice food, no meat or wine touched my lips. That's the whole passage. And then basically just you can't eat animal products, added sugar, yeast, refined grains, processed foods, deep fried foods, solid fats, chocolate, and caffeinated and alcoholic beverages. And that's a lot of stuff, y'all. Like that's basically everything we eat.
True story. So I absolutely despised Starbucks. Like I used to always go get Starbucks for Dana because that's her drink of choice. And I was not a fan of the whole operation. Like sitting in line, like none of that.
I hate how they're called venti, lard. I don't get that. Yeah.
I was not a fan, and I really wasn't a fan because at the time I was like, why are we not using the app? And I could just walk up, and she's like, they don't get my order right or something like. Finally, she switched over to that. But long story short, the last fast I was on, I wanted coffee, and she was like, just get decaf. Try this one from Starbucks. And I got hooked. Like I drink decaf Starbucks black coffee now.
Oh yeah, like right now.
Yeah, like even when I'm not fasting, when I want coffee, it's
decaf.
It's decaf black coffee from Starbucks. That's my thing.
But is it fully decaf, or there's some caffeine still? Right?
I don't know. Decaf. I'm going by decaf. So
that's what they say. I'm sticking to it because so I was at an all-inclusive resort right the day before I started this fast, and so the internet said and ChatGPT said do not do the fast because my body is going from eating like 3 full meals a day, drinking all this alcohol, all this drink, a Coke and everything, and pina coladas, all the sugar.
I wasn't in a different country, but we were at one of the parents of the baseball team's house for New Year's Eve when the clocks.
That looked fun. You did fireworks in the backyard and everything.
Yeah. Drinking and eating and all that type of stuff. And at midnight, I shut it all down. I just sat there and visited, and that was it.
Yeah, so I started a little late just because I paid for this trip beforehand, so I'm not going to waste four days of all-inclusive stuff. But I'm happy I'm trying it because it really is bringing me closer to the Lord. And like I said, this is just the start of it, and I can't wait to see what happens. In the
What day are you on?
So I got back the 5th, so whatever day.
So third day?
Yeah.
Dude, this is about the day, third, fourth day is when you're going to start feeling like on fire.
This is the first day I felt like good. Actually, praying this morning to a church, this is the first day I like felt it too. The other 2 days, I was just completely dead. Like, I couldn't even
felt
function.
like I was just going through the motions, and I was just like, I'm not feeling it this time. And now that I think back, like, so I've been doing this for a few years, and I'll do it throughout the year as well. Like whenever I'm stuck or I feel like I'm in a rut or I need to get closer, I'll do it.
Yeah, so you do it multiple times.
Yeah, I do it multiple times. And every time I feel like I'm like, no, I'm not as connected. Like last January, I've never felt closer to the Lord. And I was like, I'm yearning for that this time. And I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it the first few days. And then it's like the third or fourth day. I'm not an emotional person. But I started praying, and then something happened business-wise, and it just felt like God was there, and he was talking, and like when I started praying, it just like started crying, and I'm like, what is happening
Let's
right
go.
now? Like,
No, that's
what
awesome.
in the world is happening? So, yeah, man, it's one of those things you have to do it to experience it. And before we went on air, I actually said, like, I don't know if we should talk about this. If we're not, I don't know if we're supposed to. The Bible kind of talks about this. But then again, I wouldn't know about this if somebody didn't tell me. So I think that's the reason why.
Or just encourage that it's okay and that there's actually good fruits that come from it. It's not like when I heard of fasting, it's just like, this sucks. I'm so tired all the time. Like that's what I heard.
Feel sorry for me. Like I haven't had meat in 8 days. Like that's not. If you start doing that, then that's what the Bible's talking about. Your reward is the comfort that you get from somebody else acknowledging the agony you're going through or whatever. And it's not even agony. It's really not. I mean, I wouldn't choose to live a vegan lifestyle or, vegetarian or anything like that. But I mean, I think I could.
I could too. I was gluten free for like a year or two, or almost 2 years, I think.
Oh, you got 21 days then. Easy, light work.
It's basically what it is. But I love bread, man. You give me some.
It feels so much better though. Like
you do.
Besides the like once you get all the crap out of your system, like you just start feeling better. I don't want to get too morbid, but you're or gross, I should say. Like, but you wipe and it's like one wipe and you're done because your system is clean and like it's just it's way better. Way better way of living.
I got one of those Japanese toilets, so I don't have to worry about that. But I looked into the stat, like, because I love my science too. So I was looking at the scientific, because I didn't think there was any going to be scientific benefits, but I looked it up like in the National Institute of Health. And there are study after study about specifically the Daniel fast. It lowers your chances of like heart attack, high cholesterol, like all these different things just from 21 days of fasting.
That's what I need because I'm on the blood pressure meds now. So
there's something to it though. Like there's definitely a good thing about depriving yourself of these indulgencies that we just eat every day.
Yeah.
It's like kind of taking poison every single day we're doing this to ourselves.
100%. But on top of that, I have every day 10,000 steps, working out. Like I'm doing the things that I should be doing, but I'm also like feeling great along the way. And the things that I wasn't doing at the end of last year, so try it. I think everybody should try it. And
just do it. Yeah.
When I first started it, I was praying for confirmation. Like I was, hey, if I'm meant to keep flipping houses, give me a sign during this fast. Like that's this sort of. Now it's just about getting closer to God. That's all. I'm not asking for anything. I'm not, I just want to get closer to God. So,
amen. And that's a great goal. And one of the things I've realized, at least in my church, is what scriptures they keep talking about. Because they're streaming in a different church called the Church of the Highlands, which I think is in Mississippi maybe or somewhere, where they started this whole 21 days of fast or something, or they're like spearheading it. And a lot of the scriptures is about like the stuff in Thomas, I believe, and it's just about letting go of your old self. Like that's like the key to like getting a closer relationship with God. You need to get rid of old Mike or old Fred, like all those kind of things that you think are you. Like society is all about making it all about you. Like you have to believe in yourself. You do your own truth. You have your own kind of beliefs. Like just really have to be yourself. Like that's all society is about.
Yeah.
But that gets you just further away from God. And it's all about committing yourself and being godly and doing what God wants rather than what these kind of thoughts in our mind want.
God's will.
God's will instead of our own will. Yeah.
Yep.
And so I think that's what fasting really brings out is that we would love to eat all this stuff and we do all the time, but that's not what God wants. Like God wants our body to be healthy, like wants our like blood or cardiovascular system to do much better.
And also, like I told you, like when you starve yourself of something that Philip Anthony Mitchell actually meant to send you his latest sermon, but he was building up to the fast that they were about to start on Monday. And so that was pretty much what his sermon was about. And he was talking about how Western civilization has kind of made punk fasting. Like, dude, starving yourself from social media or TV for like a week, that's not like starve yourself from food. And then every time you feel that hunger, go to the Lord and replace it with him.
I like when you said that because as soon as that hunger hits, like just go to the Lord and get replenished by the Lord there.
Temptation like hits, like, hey, go to the Lord. Like temptation doesn't just go away because you're fasting and all this other stuff. Like things still happen, but you're equipped right now to say, hey, I'm not going to give in to that because I've got another mission that I'm on.
And I have another podcast that came in last week. They do, it's called Pause and Pray. They just do like 5-minute segments of praying. And it's really cool. But I told them about the fast and they are all about the fast too. They do it. Like, I didn't know this whole world existed, but they were saying Isaiah has like some choice nuggets. I don't know the exact scriptures, but that there's a lot of good things about fasting there. And if you're ever struggling inside the fast, like to have these kind of tidbits that you can lean on, it really help. And I know.
Just for everybody out there who's like, this is the first time you've heard it or you heard it before and, you're hearing it again and it's got you intrigued. I've never struggled during one of the fasts. Like the first few days, like it takes some build up, but once you get going, by the end of it, the second week, you're not going to want it to end. That's why I said 10 days, you're not going to want to stop. Like, there's been times where I was like trying to think in my head, could I live a fasted lifestyle?
The whole time.
Yeah, like that's how good you feel. That's how close you feel.
I can't wait. I mean, I'm definitely on the upwards trajectory. And I also heard for people that are just starting to, there's 4 different types of fast that you can do. One is completely commando, just don't eat any food.
Water fast.
Yeah. So all you're drinking is water, which is, I think that's, the OG Jesus fast.
Do they do that for 7 days or 21?
No, it's 40 days, I think. Yeah, the OG one.
There's no way.
Yeah, but then you do it for 21.
For
yeah. I think Philip Anthony Mitchell, they're doing for 21. Or no, you said for 7 days.
They're doing it
right?
for 7.
But any amount of days is going to be ridiculous. And then there's the Daniel fast, which seems like the most popular. Then there's the Jewish fast, and where you just don't eat during the mornings and the night.
Yeah.
And then I've never heard of this one, and I don't know how well it is. It's like kind of like the Catholic fast where you give up one thing. It could be like watching TV or like.
That's what Philip Anthony Mitchell was talking about. Like that's not a real fast. No offense to.
No, that's the only fast I ever done in my life. I did it during Lent. Every time I give up, soda, or I would give up.
I can see the comment section now.
No, I don't think that fast did anything. I mean, it does do something. Like when I gave up like soda for Lent, like I still did it for the Lord. I didn't do it for myself. And those 40 days were tough for me. I remember I learned how to iced tea and stuff. I would never drink iced tea before. Yeah. So it did something, but this is a whole different level.
To me, it was kind of like, because I got almost in that trap of how can I fast and give up something, but it's not that big of an inconvenience for me. And that's when I should have realized, like, what am I talking about? Like, it
wasn't a big convenience. I would pick the smallest thing I can give up without creating inconvenience. And I think the big thing is that was never instructed to pray every day while fasting.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
I think that's real. Like we said off camera before, like praying and fasting. That's like the magic combo.
Got to do it.
Yeah,
There's no point if you're not praying.
yeah. No hate to my Catholic friends. I
No.
was Catholic my whole life, and just recently learning about this stuff. But I don't think fasting hurts. It's biblical. It's in the Bible.
Dude, think about it like this. And like, I grew up in the Methodist church. You grew up in the Catholic church. Like, what? I don't know how old I was when I was probably 38, 39 when I found out about fasting, fasting and prayer. Like, how did I go that whole 30-something years of my life with never hearing about this? Like, why are the churches not talking about this?
Yeah.
Why is this not part of, I got questions. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, I still think.
and I always thought, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to
go
cut you
ahead.
off, but I always thought like speaking in tongues was like just a phrase. Like I never, like that wasn't a thing to me growing up in the Methodist church,
Does Philip, do they speak in tongues?
Who?
Like any church that you watch online?
Dude, I've been to churches. The church I got baptized in, they were throwing down.
Oh, really?
Oh, God. Yeah.
Huh. I've only
yeah.
seen videos.
When
of
I
it.
went down under that water and popped back up, they were getting crazy.
Do you think that's really what they were doing in the Acts of the Apostles in the Bible? Like just talking gibberish, like blah, 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 blah. It was like, wasn't they actually talking about like real languages? They were speaking in different languages, like, and people can understand them.
I'll say like this. There's people that I know and respect that I've heard speak in tongues that I don't think they would just be doing it. Like, you know what I mean? Like this guy, he's not just doing that to like try to sway me or like, I don't like.
So what happens? He just talks in tongues sometimes, or like when does it happen?
It's hard to explain. Like, I know this one guy. He's actually got keys to the church because it'll hit him like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning.
Really?
And he'll go up to the church and he'll be there for 2 or 3 hours, just walking around in the chapel area or whatever they call it, and praying the whole time,
Interesting.
hours at a time. And it's like the Holy Spirit takes over him, and it just does his thing. So. Have you been around very many Pentecostal people?
No. Yeah,
Okay.
so I don't know.
You need to get you some Pentecostal friends. Like, first off, I've said this before, probably on this podcast. Like, if I need to be prayed for, I want some Pentecostal people praying for me because they, like I said, they throw down. But they can explain the whole thing to you, and it's part of having the Holy Spirit, from what I understand. There's spiritual gifts, right? And speaking in tongues is one of them. And then apparently there's some out there who, now listen, if you've watched this podcast long enough, you understand that we're not experts and we're not claiming to be experts and all this type of stuff. So if we're saying something wrong, we're saying something wrong, right?
Yeah, exactly. So don't worry about it.
Yeah. So stay out of the comments with that. But, or don't.
Now this is gonna be clips, so they'll miss all that context. Don't worry.
But one of the spiritual gifts is being able to discern what somebody's saying in tongues as well. So like, I don't remember all the spiritual gifts, but
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
the speaking in tongues part is one of them. I think Anthony Mitchell speaks in.
Because I always thought it's interesting, but I always thought speaking in tongues was actually speaking different languages to people, like getting the Holy Spirit, and then being able to talk to Chinese people, like in China, like Mandarin, or like going like. Well, it could be like, right? Wouldn't that be more useful than just talking like?
Well, it's the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So I remember like back when I was a closet Christian. I wasn't a very good Christian at the time, but we went to church actually, and we went to a church here actually, and he started doing that. Somebody in the crowd's got the sniffles, and I've got the Spirit's telling me that somebody over here is dealing with cancer. Like he started doing all that, and Dana could see me like kind of shaking my head and getting ready to like, can we go? And she was like praying. She was like, please don't let them start talking in tongues because Fred will never come back. And he didn't. But always, when she said that, because she said it to me in the car, because we got in the car, I was like, what in the world was that about? And she was like, yeah, I was just praying you didn't start speaking in tongues, because you would have never gone back. And like at the time, I was just like, I don't know what that is. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. And it wasn't until I started getting into all this prayer and fasting, and I got around some Pentecostal people. The church I got baptized in was Pentecostal church. And
I'm genuinely just interested. I don't know what's right and wrong. Like you said, we're not experts, and I'm still kind of new at this. I know there's a Woodlands church that at the end of service, they just like kind of speak in tongues and everything like that.
It's all right. So you know the videos you see of the old timey people just like shaking and convulsing on stage and all this crazy stuff, and like throwing themselves all over the place, and like that's kind of what you like think of it. And but once you get there, and like when you know these people, you're like, there's no way they would be faking like that. I know that guy. He's not doing this for a show. He's not faking this. Like something's got a hold of him right now in this moment, and it's causing him to do this.
I'd love to see it, because I would love to see what the Holy Spirit. I'm not putting anything past the Holy Spirit. Anything is possible.
It's something, I tell you that. But it also makes me, because I don't have that ability. So I'm like, do I not have the Holy Spirit? That's actually one of the things I've been praying for right now, is to, like,
speak in tongues?
No. Well, if that's what I'm supposed to do, like that's what I'm at that point in my life, in my faith journey, that, hey, God, like, I don't know if this, to the outsider looking in, it seems kind of crazy, right? But if that's part of this, I don't want to miss out. Like, you know what I mean? So, oh, dang, did it again. But
no, but there's part in the scriptures where they do speak in tongues, and anyone from all over the world can understand you. And I think that's a spiritual gift too. And that'll be amazing if that happens in the end times. And I know I've been watching a lot of things about the end times recently too, just because a lot of things I think are lining up a lot with it. Because like everything is about getting deceived in the end times. Everything is about like wherein goodness is evil and evil is goodness, and all these things are just inverted. And I don't think that was happening in the time when that was written. It was kind of like a forewarning, but now we're just like, that's what society is like. Yeah. Right now, everything that's good is being called bad, and everything that's bad is being called good. And it reminds me a lot of what's happening right now in the country, especially in Minneapolis. And I was wondering what you think about everything there.
I actually had a conversation with Parker today, because I don't watch the news, as you know, but somehow the news was on. Like we have direct TV stream, so kind of when you turn the TV on, when you power everything up, it kind of goes to like this
top thing, yeah.
And that was on. And we had a conversation. I was just like, dude, point blank, if a cop ever stops you or ever pulls you over, you do exactly what they say, and that's it. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So my point of view is do what the cops say. And that woman's most likely still alive today.
And I think that was the lesson for most of us growing up. But now don't you think the lesson is for half the population is going to be like, cops suck even more? Cops are terrible?
Yeah, that's a given, because we're so divided as a country. Like,
well, that's what I'm scared of, because as soon as no authority,
we could also go outside and be like, hey, this is such a beautiful day today, and half the country will be like, no, it's not. It's way too like it should be freezing cold, or it should be 100 degrees. Like everybody, like we're never going to agree. We've gone beyond that point. And from what I understand, her wife was standing outside the car. She was one of the people filming.
Yeah.
So what are you getting into with the cops, where your wife is outside the vehicle filming you?
Well, they were blocking the road to like stop.
That's
ICE,
my point.
Yeah.
You're doing something that you shouldn't be doing.
But that's only possible by them thinking ICE is the bad people. Like they're terrible for having the immigration laws, so they're justified to do anything. And this all comes back down to the relative moralism, that they're deciding what's good and bad. Like they've decided that the police are bad, Immigration, unfettered immigration is the greatest thing that ever happened to society. We have to have millions of Somalis in our society, and there's nothing bad. That's all good. And bad is trying to stop that.
Well, as somebody that's been to Iraq twice, and as somebody that has, so when we would go out on missions, we could not go into the cities. It got to a point where we couldn't go into the cities without having Iraqi police or Iraqi army with us. I've seen people look me in my eyes, shake my hands, and then 30 minutes later shoot at us or try to blow us up. Like, we don't know who we're letting into this country or who was led into this country during the prior 4 years.
But we're letting we know Somalis do piracy, right? They're the pirates, and they like we're letting all these people in.
I don't know what's going on with this whole daycare thing because, like I said, I don't watch the news. I've heard like people talking about it, but I couldn't tell you what's going on with that whole situation. All I know is if we were 100% certain that everybody was coming into the United States was a good person and just wanted to better themselves and, you know, and they meant no harm and never would hurt a fly, like all this type of stuff, it's still illegal. Like, we have laws. Well, we can't just go to Sweden tomorrow or whatever the #1 country is to live in the world and infiltrate Sweden and we're Swedish now, you know? Like, that's not how it works. They have laws and they have rules. And it's taking away from all the people who are trying to do it the right way. There's people in the United States that are going through the process and, you know, trying to become legal citizens or outside the United States. And you're just like, screw the rules, screw the law. I'm just going to go in illegally and do my thing. Like, that's not how it works. But we don't know who's coming into the country. Not everybody that's coming into the country is a good person who would never hurt a fly and, you know, all these things. So
we're letting in the worst societies, though. Like, it's on purpose. Like, we're letting in Somalis. And before the Somalis, it was the Haitians in Ohio or Pennsylvania, wherever it was.
Eating the cats.
Haitians, like literally people that believe in voodoo. Like, I remember, I'm old enough to remember like Haitian, like that was like people, like you could make joke about it because they're just like devil worshippers. They're like they're gonna sacrifice chickens and do stuff like that. Like, these are completely incompatible societies that we're importing. And let's say some people are good people. At the end of the day, we need people with the same objective morals as us. People that believe in the same what's good. And that's never going to happen if they're not, like, we don't have an objective moral foundation in Christ, like, or something. Like, we need to pick things. Like, back in the day, it used to be like we had the same forefathers, same language, and same religion. Now we don't have like anything in common. Like, we don't have anything foundational that holds us all together, and that's why there's division. And that it's on purpose. It was ripped away from us.
You're going to get pushback on this because they don't have to be Christians to come into America.
I disagree with that. I think in the future, if we want to save this country, we need to have some foundational.
Like, I know Muslims. Actually, I know a Muslim that was the interpreter for our battalion commander when I was in Iraq. He lives here in Houston now, and I met him through real estate investing, and like one thing and another led to another. And it's one of those things when you're in the military, specifically the Army, you get to talking, you're like, hey, what unit were you in? Blah, blah, blah. And come to find out, lo and behold, I was like, you know Paz? He was like, yeah, I was his interpreter. And I'm like, what in the world? I mean, he wouldn't be able to live here and, you know, provide a better life and all that if, because he's a Muslim, right? So,
but so he's actually Muslim, right?
Yeah.
He believes in Islam.
Yeah.
It's incompatible with our lifestyle. Like, do you know, I've been going a deep rabbit hole in here. In Islam, it's okay to lie to your wife to keep a happy household. Did you know that? That's like 100% of people believe that. It's okay to lie in Islam if you're in war or you're trying to keep peace in society as well. Like, there's 3 exceptions to lying. Everyone keeps talking about taqiyya, like online, like that all Muslims can just lie whenever, but that's not really the truth. The truth is there's 3 exceptions to when they can use taqiyya. And one of them is against their own family. And then one of them is against like their whole society as well. And these are just foundational things that we cannot build society with. You can't lie to your wife. Like that ruins the household right now. That like, means you can just lie to your children whenever you want. You can't. There's other things there's foundational things that are against everything that Christ taught us about being honest, loving, tolerant. Like those are all against Islam. Like Islam is not tolerant. It's all about having never-ending war. It's about fatwa.
I think it's the radical ones.
Do you know what Islam means? Everyone says it means peace, but it means submission.
Yes. And I will say, but I do know some amazing.
According to your own subjective morals, they're amazing. Not according to any objective standard, right?
Correct. I look at the lying part as like sometimes, like, okay, I lie to my kids.
It's not good though, right?
Santa Claus.
Yeah, but it's not good though, right?
I mean, I don't know. Like,
as soon as you say it's a good thing to lie to your kids, it's a good thing to have tachia.
I enjoy the joy that Braxton gets in believing in something.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's a fine line there.
I don't think so. I'm not the one that comes up with this. It's in our book. That's what Jesus said. You know, that there's no line. Lying is bad.
Lying is bad. I agree.
As soon as you say it's good or like it's a good thing to do, that's when we're creating our own line.
I don't think that they're looking at it from a lying just to lie.
No, they're not. I know. They're like to keep the peace. To be a good person, you need to lie. Yeah.
There's a reason the lie is being told, and in their minds, it's actually to the benefit of the person they're lying to.
Agreed. I for sure they have a reason why lying is good. Yeah.
So,
but it's incompatible with Christianity. And same thing.
Well, you say that, but Christianity supports Christmas.
No,
and the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy and
that's Catholics.
All this make believe stuff that doesn't exist.
But Christians don't, right?
By the way, Parker, do you believe in? You don't believe anymore, right? Or else I just ruined it. Santa Claus and okay.
Oh, wow, wow! You almost ruined Santa for Parker's. Oh yeah. By the way, Parker's our producer today, so shout out to Parker. Thanks for producing everything. I'm gonna like interject the photo of you so everyone can just clap at that moment and do a applause meter or something. No, but this is what I was trying to explain in the previous episodes of the whole reason we're in this mess is because people come up with their own definition of what is good and bad. And then that will lead to society to decay because then everyone's opinion is just as valid. Yeah. Your opinion on Christmas or whatever, I don't want to interject, is just as valid as mine, saying that's not, because we're in charge. We use our own life experiences. I knew someone from Iraq that was a good person or something. I'm not trying to like hate on you, but I'm just trying to say that we all can we can all find a good reason to lie. We can all find a good reason to murder. Even we can all find like right now,
murder,
like to murder Hitler, or like people are murdering their children all the time to save their own lives. Like there's multiple murder, like for people that have committed capital punishment. Do you believe in that?
I actually don't.
Yeah, I don't either, but a lot of people do. And
I think
self-defense. You believed in that. That's murder too.
I don't know.
But I'm just saying we can always make a line for all the deadly sins that are in the Bible or anything that you think is really, really bad. Subjectively, you can always find a reason.
So you're against the death penalty?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Well, I used to not be. Like that's why what happened in Minneapolis I think is such a shame. Like I'm against her getting murdered, her dying. Like that's not a good thing.
I'm against anyone. I've always said cause, permit, or allow. We always cause, permit, or allow something. Did she cause, permit, or allow something to happen to her yesterday or whenever it was?
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
It doesn't take away the fact that it's unfortunate. I hate that it happened. And I think that there's some people in the media and in the political space that are to blame. Like I blame them.
I blame them more than her. Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's just confused and really thought she was doing good, like by her
100%.
own definition. And I mourn for her just as much as I mourn for like Ashley Babbitt, who was murdered in January 6th by.
Again, did Ashley Babbitt cause, permit, or allow?
Yeah,
that
she
to
caused it
happen?
by trying to go over like a window, but like it was unjustified too. Like
Yeah.
you can make that claim too.
Somebody in the comments is going to be like, well, like, yes, there are instances where, bad things happen to good people, but for the most part in our lives, we cause, permit, or allow.
I like that. I'd never heard of that before.
CPA.
Is that like a military thing?
No. Something I heard from somebody a long time ago. Actually,
I think my tax guy talks about that.
he was a 3-time felon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he finally realized, like, now he's a New York Times bestselling author, and I heard him speak in Vegas one time.
Oh, wow.
Impressive guy. High school dropout. Ended up graduating from Harvard or something like that.
It's amazing how many entrepreneurs and like really successful people just did so bad in school. Like they could
Dude, I
not do good
graduated
in
like
school.
360 out of 365.
Oh,
And
right.
It wasn't until my junior year of college where I finally started like making all.
Hey, Parker, close
A's
your
and
ears
B's.
for this point. Yeah.
Nah, I was a terrible student. I just wasn't interested.
Well, I think it's just the school system. It's all about trying to put you in a box. And if you're an entrepreneur and someone that really wants to be successful,
You ever heard Gary Vee's quote?
I think you mentioned it. Say it again.
I didn't fail school. School failed
Yeah.
me.
Mm.
School's made for workers, not entrepreneurs, or something along those lines.
I think that is.
Paraphrasing.
And I was just watching Shark Tank the other day. I love that show. I don't know if you ever
I don't watch it.
I love it so much. And they were talking about like how they had back-to-back investors who were just dropouts in school and
Yeah.
how terrible they were. And now they're creating like these giant companies. And it really just really need to think outside the box, which is not what school is at all.
I won't say this for a fact, but I feel like I know more people who either never went to college. When I'm talking about high level, wealthy individuals, either never went to college, dropped out of high school, or graduated college, but do something that has nothing to do with their degree. Like
Yeah.
me, for instance, criminal justice. I have nothing to do with criminal justice, right? That type of thing. I feel like I know more people like that have become wealthy business owners than anybody that has a degree.
I believe that. No, I believe that 100%. Because when you get that degree, that you think that's you, and you only stick to that lane, and you can't really be successful just doing one like little thing in the corporate world, especially. I think because it just it's a slog to get up
dude.
that ladder.
Then society gets a hold of you.
Yeah,
You know, when you think about the game and think about, it's how it's all set up, how you end up in this trap. If you don't open your eyes, you're going to get sucked into it. And the next thing you know, you're just going to be living life. And you're not going to have your faith where it needs to be. You're not going to have your health where it needs to be. You're not going to have your family where it needs to be. You'll be drinking too much, like all these things. Like why we've talked about it, why is alcohol so readily available?
Yeah.
Why is it shoved down our throats to deal with all the misery that we've been led to believe is success?
Mm-hmm. So do you think like the abolition or abstinence movement was valid? Because they try to legislate Christianity there.
Yeah, I think it had. Alcohol is just so terrible for us. Like people don't even take it into consideration like the effects that it has on your body, right? Like it's poison in your body.
Yeah.
I think it had. I don't know enough about it, but good intentions is what I'd say.
Yeah. Because I think alcohol,
The problem is you allow the mob into this.
Yeah.
You give them a revenue stream, and all of a sudden they get more powerful. So
I do think the best method of society is just to make everything legal and then like just really educate people about
100%.
it. And then that robs all the mobs or all the gangs of their money and stuff like that. Because that's the worst thing. Like when these gangs just have all these access to billions of dollars, that's when it gets really dangerous.
I think that's why I kind of like I don't want to get political, but the RFK thing, the Maha thing, like he's onto something, whether people want to admit it or not. Like Dana was telling me the other day, there's like 400 additives and preservatives or something like that that's banned in every other country, but we allow it here in America.
Yeah.
Like, we are so unhealthy. I posted something in my story yesterday about the average steps that an American gets. It's like 5,000. We're like 64th in the world. And no wonder you go overseas and everybody's skinny and we're just like fat slobs over here because nobody's walking. It's the simple things. You don't have to get out and go run. Every time, I'm going to get creamed for this, but every time I see an overweight person running, like I feel joy and sadness because I'm like, well, I'm glad that they're doing something for themselves, but I know that this is not going to last because nobody enjoys running. They're like, those are psychopaths that actually enjoy running.
Yeah.
But it's not like when you're not used to it and it's something like you feel like you have to do,
Like forcing it. Yeah.
you're gonna fail.
Mm-hmm.
So like I feel terrible for them when all they have to do is go walk.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
And they'll get the same, like, what are they trying to build up their cardiovascular health? That's really the difference between running and walking. Running, you get your steps in faster, right?
Yeah, literal baby steps.
But if you walk and you shoot for 10,000 steps, like, you're going to start losing weight, especially if you start eating a protein-focused, like, whole food diet. Stay away from all the crap. So
You know what's crazy about the whole Maha thing is that's this issue that 90% of America probably agrees with. Like that we have too many preservatives in our food. We're doing all these terrible things. Big Pharma has too much control. We should take off these ads.
He
probably still
probably
gets flamed.
Well,
somehow.
I think he gets flamed because of the whole, like, he dips into the vaccine thing, which I don't want to get into because I don't know enough about. So
let's get Dana on this podcast.
Yeah, you need Dana on this podcast to go there. So I think that's why he gets flamed. I don't think it's the other stuff. I think people like, yeah, I understand. Like, this makes sense.
That
to
should
me.
be like, people have been talking, like my liberal friends and stuff like that. They all agree that there's too many preservatives in food. Like there's these chemicals
even
that
our
are
underwear. Like, I have these underwear, Lululemon,
like microplastics, all these things.
Yeah, that's what she forever chemicals or whatever she called them, are in your underwear. Like, your body, your balls are just soaking up this terrible, cancerous, causing chemical. You know what I mean?
But like everyone should get behind that, really, even if there's like bad things that he's saying.
However, they're so triggered by the vaccine thing. It's like it puts up this wall.
But it's like a
that
fake
I can't
vaccine
hear
thing.
what he's talking about on this other stuff that I actually agree with. You know, like,
But the media is going to do that anyway. Like they'll find like Jesus and come down and be like, he doesn't like shoes. He's trying to put the shoe salesman out of business or something. They're going to find some way to make someone such a terrible thing. You don't want to support them in public.
well, that's why we need to boycott the media.
Yeah, we should.
That's 100% what should have happened years ago.
But we
It needs
still
to be
go
boycotted.
back to it. Like we
We
still
don't need
listen
it.
to it.
We don't need it.
Yeah.
We don't need it. There's Twitter. There's social.
But are we the media now?
I mean, it needs people who will stand up and, you know, have no bias and, like, think about it like this. Back when I was coming up, or not coming up, back when I was Parker's age or in high school or whatever, to become a musician, right, you had to get a record deal. You had to put a demo tape in front of some executive or whatever. Dude, I was watching some story the other day about this guy named Bailey Zimmerman. He's he's actually from Chicago, I think, or the Illinois area.
Really?
Huge country star.
Yeah, I think I've heard of him.
Snapchat. That's how he blew up. Somebody was like, dude, I saw your snap. You need
Well,
to.
Justin Bieber was on YouTube. You know that? That's
I
how
didn't
he
know that.
first got found. Yeah.
But it's changed everything, you know? Like, so literally, we have Grizzy's Hood News here. You ever seen her on Facebook?
I've seen that. Yeah, I didn't know she was around here.
She's got a big time deal now with one of the news stations, but she started as a, you know, somebody on Facebook that would go like post stuff about what's going on around the Houston area.
Yeah.
Like, we don't need the news anymore, you know? And I think that's how it starts, is we all come together and we're like, they're really not for us. They might be for one side or the other, but they're not for us. And us, we are divided, but we don't need to be divided.
But we need to reach that 30% that still trust the media. Like, how do you reach them? Because right now, like Trump everyone hated Trump in the media. If you didn't vote for Trump, you're a Nazi, basically.
I didn't vote for Trump.
Well, if you
I didn't
did vote for Trump,
I didn't
sorry,
vote.
if you did vote for Trump, you're like basically a Nazi. But 70 million people did. Like even after all the stories like that, how even Mexicans on the border towns, like it was more votes for Trump than like ever.
Yeah.
And like even counties that voted for Obama in New York, like flipped for Trump. Like, how do you see that stuff and not like wonder, has the media been lying to me? Like, if that doesn't convince them, what will?
Well, think about it. They still think that Jesus was born on December 25th. Like everything in their life has been a lie. They've been lied to since they were 2. And I guess that goes back to your whole point about lying is bad, because now they've grown up thinking like, hey, this is success looks like. This is what I'm supposed to do. I got to go to college. I got to get a 9 to 5. Here's some debt to help me, it's really to control me, but it's there to help me get the house, get the car, all these things. And I'm constantly marketed to, like, they've been lied to their whole life. There's no way they're going to see what the media is. That's not just the 30%. That's majority. They can't, like, they've been lied to.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people just need to be told what to think too. And so it's hard to think
100%.
for yourself.
100%. Here's the debt to pay off the college.
And that's why
for the degree that is not going to get you anywhere.
Yeah.
And I can talk about it because I got the degree that didn't get me anywhere. Did I ever tell you my first job offer was $10 an hour?
No, but that was probably a lot back then, right?
No. I was embarrassed to go home and tell Dana.
Really?
Yeah. I had 2 tours to Iraq, a bachelor's in criminal justice, and they offered me $10 an hour. So, and it was a job that required a bachelor's in criminal justice.
Wow. Yeah.
So.
That's crazy. That's $400 a week. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like
you made that this morning, didn't you?
Thanks for someone's input. Yeah. Got back on the saddle
before most people even got out of bed.
No, it is nice. Like, yeah, the amount of ththings I did today before 8:30 is kind of absurd. Like, I went to church, I fasted, I like made breakfast, I made
a
month
honest
enough money
work.
for work. Yeah. No, and then I did more stuff. I like did real estate things, and like I did more probably in those 2 hours. I've been up since 5:30. In those, that's 3 hours than like most people do in the whole day, and it's kind of an amazing feeling.
Feels great.
Yeah, and there's no stopping us. And look, we even did a podcast today too, and everything. Parker, how many minutes did we do? 53.
It's not bad.
Yeah, that's
anything else you want to talk
about?
Muslims are going to be all up in our comments on this one.
Well, you took the pro-Muslim side, so yeah. But it is interesting because I used to be the same way. I don't want to get back into this, but at the end of the day, if you really believe Jesus was the truth and he spoke the truth, we have to be like him and try to make this world closer to him. And we can't say that people that are speaking the opposite of what Jesus said to say that they're good people. Like that we need to be more, we need to bring more of these bad people into our land.
Okay. I get what you're saying. I guess my thought process is I'm not a good person.
Yeah.
Right? And it's because of past alcohol abuse and anger issues. And like, there's just things that make me not a great person. There's things that I wouldn't want other people to know or see. Right. So, but I'm a Christian, so I'm allowed, so to me, I'm looking at it as, well, they lie. And I understand why they lie. So is that the worst thing? And you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I can't go there and say they're bad people, if that makes sense.
We're all bad people, I guess is a good way to put it. But to truly be inclusive, we need to be exclusive to the things that are not inclusive. Like the reason we are so tolerant and all these different things is because we have some kind of culture in America that loves tolerance. We love, our neighbors. We have all these things. But now we're being taught as a society that there is no truth. Everyone else's viewpoints is just as valid. That Muslim, that Hindu, that Sikh, that anything, that they're all as valid as each other. And then the truth is somewhere in the middle of all those things.
I think the problem you're going to run into, though, is that you've got to kick everybody out.
No, I'm not saying that because I'm not crazy like that.
No, like I'm saying even, I mean, can you be in this country if you're an atheist?
I'm saying everyone that's American right now, I don't think
Can you be in this country as an American atheist? Like, what makes them different than
No,
a
they're
Muslim?
just as bad. Yeah.
So they got to go.
Well, no, and they're not going. I'm just saying, stop importing people that have the opposite of beliefs as us.
I get what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
Like, we need to start working on our own culture and building that up again, and stop saying it's such a bad thing to be American. It's so bad to be a Christian, and build that up again. Like, we need to pause on all the. Have you ever heard of the concept in eternal September?
You're kicking. It's knocking that.
Oh, is the camera okay?
Now Mike's got more work to do because of you. Stop kicking the camera. No, it's all good. I mean, I'm curious to where you sit on like people that have to flee their country that aren't Christians.
Mm-hmm. I think you can help them more in their home regions. Like, there's a lot of studies about that. People that speak the same language, have the same religion as them. We should be building up all these different societies, I think, is a better way to do it. And that creates diversity. Putting everything into one like country and making the whole world like one kind of country, that's going to kill all diversity. Everyone's going to be the same kind of thing in the end of the day, and it's not going to be Christian.
Yeah, maybe so.
But there's a beautiful topic right before we end in the internet culture called Eternal September. Have you heard of that?
No.
So there's this thing called Usenet back in the day where it was like a chat room kind of thing, and you would only get access to it when school started, or you're in the military or like in the government.
Yeah.
So every September when people got onloaded onto this, like it would just be like a crazy time on Usenet. People wouldn't know what to do. How do they create chat rooms and do stuff? It would just be nuts.
ASL.
Yeah. Everyone would be SKSL. And it would take them a whole month of people to teach them what the culture is. Like, how do you speak to this? How do you create chat rooms? How do you do these kind of things? And that was a whole September. And no one was looking forward to the next September. And so there's this new topic called Eternal September, because when AOL bought Usenet or incorporated Usenet into their service, every single month was September, because there would always be brand new people coming into AOL, and it was a never-ending kind of September, and you can never catch up on teaching the culture. And then the Usenet culture completely died because of that, because there was no dominant culture anymore. And so like a good example of that is like the TSA or something like that, where every time you go to the airport, people still scream to you, take off your shoes, like put your laptops on the thing, like make sure it's on the belt. It doesn't matter how many signs you put out there, how many things you got out there. There's just such an influx of new people. They don't know what to do, that the best communication system we have is just screaming at people at the point of that they have to do that. And that's kind of like a drawback of just importing like infinite amount of people in our society. Our culture cannot absorb that kind of month. It's an eternal September in America for the last 40 years.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Let me ask you this. What do you think about the Woodlands?
I like the Woodlands, and I like...
Do you like the diversity in the Woodlands?
I don't think that's like the best thing about it, or even a good thing about it.
But you don't appreciate the diversity?
No, I'm from Chicago.
I
escaped the diversity.
I appreciate it, like the different cultures and meeting different people that you wouldn't, normally meet and things like that. I was just curious how you felt on it.
No, I know you mentioned it before, and I never kind of interjected during that thing, because it is a very common thing to say, like, diversity is a good thing. Like, so it's great.
You want Americans.
Well, I want, like,
American
I'm Polish.
Christians.
Like, kick me out of the country too. Like, make Poland great again.
Yeah,
like, put me back in Poland, and let's build Poland into an amazing place. Same thing with other countries. And then we have all these different cultures and countries that are growing and becoming amazing things. Like, and the problem is, if the whole world becomes America, there's no more diversity.
How far do you take it? Then at some point, do you say people from Louisiana can only stay in Louisiana because of the culture?
Point. There's a fine line, yeah.
Because I'm from Louisiana, I live in Texas. You're from Chicago, you live in Texas. Like, are we not going to be able to free to live, where we want to live?
I think visiting it would be an amazing thing to do, but like, just
I don't want to live in Louisiana. Period.
Well, maybe that's a culture that shouldn't exist. Maybe
I would get a 9 to 5 here before I ever moved back to Louisiana. Like, it's not happening.
But there's something to the culture of Louisiana. People love it. And there's this whole thing called the lost cause of people like in the Confederacy that there's some culture there and they can't even describe it themselves. But the only way they can explain is with the Confederate flag, and everyone thinks it's just a racist thing. And maybe there's some undertones of racism there, but that is still.
Dude, I know a lot of racists with the Confederate. Like they just hang on to that thing, and I'm like, hey.
Yeah, but it also stands for their culture. Like whatever.
When I see that flag, I think racism because the people I know that are big into that flag are also, I've heard them say very racist things before. You know, like I'm not saying that flag represents racism. My perception is like what I don't want to say my perception is your reality, but the way I perceive things is how I connect them to things.
Yeah.
So
no, they are racist. Probably a lot of them. Most of them are racist. There's no question about that. But they're valid just as much as some sheik living in, India or Pakistan.
Yeah.
Like that culture, when you're saying that culture is important to have, that racist culture of Mississippi is just as valid at that point. Like you're deciding based on no guidelines.
You already know my thoughts on Mississippi as a whole, so I don't really think we need it. I'm fine.
But I think it's a conversation we need to have because we are becoming a global society. We need to decide what cultures we want in the next 100 years. Because the worst thing is we all just start intermixing. Everywhere becomes a woodlands. And then there is no more culture because everyone just.
I really thought you liked the woodlands.
I love the woodlands. I don't love it because of the diversity, though.
That's crazy. I mean, it's not the number one reason I love the woodlands, but I do appreciate how diverse it is.
I appreciated going to the post office today in Magnolia and seeing people just like me and everything working. Like I've never had that in my entire life. Every time I've gone to the post office, it was just diverse as heck. It was beautiful diversity everywhere and nothing worked. And people would just scream at each other. Like, is that what there's drawbacks to diversity. Like I had that realization today. I was like, I've never seen someone like me working behind in the post office. Never.
I have.
Well, you have because you're from the South here. Like it just doesn't exist in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't know why. It's just, I guess, just how they hire out there. I'm not sure. But the same thing with McDonald's. Like there's no one at McDonald's that looks like me.
One of my buddies in the Army was from El Salvador, and I think he went to work for the post office after he got out and lived in the Chicago area.
See, there's some evidence.
Where's Northwestern? What
Evanston.
Town? Evanston. That's where he lives.
Yeah.
So
very progressive town.
Really?
They have reparations tax there, actually.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's El Salvadorian.
And I have nothing against these cultures, but I think to have these different cultures, we need to have different cultures, right? We can't all be intermixing cultures. Like I want there to be El Salvadorian culture. I want there to be a Nigerian culture.
You just want it in El Salvador.
That's just how it naturally works, right? Well, in America, maybe we should have different states for different cultures or something, but we can't just have everyone together, I don't think.
Cajun culture we get California.
The Mississippians get California.
No. Mississippians get like Iowa or something. Like
why can't they have Mississippi?
They can have Mississippi. Oh.
All right.
Actually, maybe we send them to Greenland or something. I don't know.
Yeah, once we take in Greenland. That's a whole nother topic.
What's going on with that?
He's just like threatening to take over Greenland, and now that Trump.
Why?
There must be some reason. I mean, it is a good military base to have between like Europe.
But you can you don't have to take over to we didn't take over Germany. We got military bases in Germany. We got military base in South Korea.
Some people are saying there must be some natural resource that he's thinking. We already have bases there. We have a giant base.
Isn't he a deal maker? Like, why can't he make deals?
Because they don't want to sell Denmark doesn't want to sell Greenland.
Then there's no deal to be made. So,
he's still trying to make it. That's how good of a deal maker he is.
Oh man, I can't deal with him sometimes.
No, it's crazy. Like I'm not for the whole capturing heads of state like without any kind of declaration. Like that's anarchy. Like I don't want any more wars. Like I'm scared that there's just going to be another land. You can't go to South America anymore because it's just going to be all in war now. Because there's going to be some amount of people that are really against that, and we're yet to see the consequences.
I've seen so many Venezuelan people that are just so happy.
I've seen those same videos, but
right now, our next door neighbors, big old Venezuelan flag on their door. I didn't know that they were Venezuelan until all of this went down, and now that flag's out there flying proudly.
You live in such a diverse area.
Yeah, definitely. I might be the only white person in the, or we might be the only one. No, we're not. But no, that's interesting.
I'm going to get flamed in this comments because what I'm saying is the antithesis of what America stands for. And
I'll be good though, right?
Yeah, people are going to love what you're saying. But let's say
I still believe in ICE. I still believe in coming into the country legally. Like I still believe these things.
Yeah.
But so
I just think we just need to
I'm not going
tame it
full
down.
Woke.
Right. Half woke.
Yeah. No. I'm
quarter woke.
I feel like you do the things the right way.
Exactly. It's so easy. But I think at the end of the day, we just need to slow down. Just let American culture stand for something again. Like, because right now, if you just hate America the whole time, which is what's happening, like, how do you have a country? Like, it's just everyone that's coming to this country is hating on it. Like, brand new immigrants coming to this country. Like, my dad was a refugee from Poland. Like, we got refugee status to get to America. Like, thank God America existed and there was a refugee program for us. But it should be temporary. Like, we should go back to Poland.
According to your rules, you got to go.
I would be more than willing. I sometimes wonder, like, would Poland be better if we just stayed there? Like, we would be building Poland up instead of like Chicago.
I understand. Like, when you break it down on a micro level, like, what if I stayed in Louisiana and tried to focus on making Louisiana a better place? You know, like,
yeah,
the same principle. But I don't know what the right answer is. I do know that I saw that gas was down to $2.09.
I have a photo here today. I got it for $1.85.
Holy mackerel!
$1.85.
Where?
The 7-Eleven on Research Forest. Well, I have like the rewards program, and they sent a text like to give some cents off.
Is it just like promotional, or is that?
It was
like,
a one-time deal, but it's $2.10 right now or something.
$2.09.
Yeah, but then I got 30.
So are people still mad at Trump, or what's happening with this? I think that's pretty awesome that gas is down to $2.09.
Do you think, like, I posted on my Snapchat today, I was like, thanks Maduro, and people really...
Does it have anything to do with Maduro?
I don't know. I was like, thank you for the gas.
Like, I just thought that Trump was getting a hold of the economy and everything.
Yeah, it's probably has a lot to do with that.
They're still mad, though.
Of course, there's no good thing that Trump can ever do. On my Facebook today is toxic, just of all the Minneapolis stuff. And
really?
80% of my friends are all very liberal. And that's why I'm still scared to post this on Facebook.
This?
Our podcast, yeah.
Oh, yeah. This is the episode you want them to hear.
Can you imagine? I'll be disowned by everyone. Well, they'll probably find it, and I'll probably be on CNN or something for my thoughts. But yeah, thanks for joining us today. I guess we covered a lot of bases. We already did over an hour, right, Parker?
Let's see here.
Oh, well.
Hold on before we go. If we do another episode kind of on our timeline, we will technically be off. Well, I will be off the fast. So
when is your last day?
The 21st.
Okay.
Midnight on the 22nd.
Oh, yeah, because 21 days. That makes sense.
So two beers and a Bible. This could be our last two beards and a Bible is what I'm saying.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, farewell to beards. Like, I got to shave off my fake beard. I never had a beard.
Keep the neck sweater. But I guess it's a good time. Maybe we should ask, like, I know we're going to change the name. We're going to kind of we're going to incorporate some near beers into the podcast. But I was thinking, like, what if we reacted to some current events from a Christian standpoint?
I'd love to. Like, I was thinking about today.
Sit here, drink our beer, give a review of it, and then watch, something, current event and react to it. I don't know.
No,
that's just one of my thoughts. How we could change things up, spice it up a little bit.
No, I think that's brilliant. And I wanted to do that even today, just like to pull up some videos of like things that like we found interesting, watch it together and react to it. Cause
Yeah.
I think that has a really good chance to engage people too.
I like the idea of saying like, here's how I might have reacted prior to getting so deep in my faith. And here's how I'm like, maybe I'm going to react to it a little bit differently now that I have God in my life. Right. Because I try to, how would I want Jesus to react to me if this was me in this situation?
Interesting. Yeah. I like that.
It's just a thought.
I like it. Keep coming with these ideas. I really like them.
We'll see how that goes.
And so we'll see you all next time after our fasts are over. I think it will be both of our fasts will be over, and you'll see new Mike, new Fred here with some NA beers. It's going to be good. Please like and subscribe. Leave some comments for us if you enjoy this kind of stuff. Hopefully you do.
Yep.
Until next time.
Peace.
Have a good one, everyone.